Hey, this is Jock at San Diego Comic-Con. You're watching Nerdlocker, a place for your inner nerd.
What is up, Internet? Welcome back to another episode of Nerdlocker. I'm Brandon.
I'm Kevin.
And we got some big news some good news this week. I'm Sherlock, Harry Potter, expendable stuff, but we're starting off with J.J. Abrams, who we love. And if you are a J.J. Abrams fan, you notice he's a fan of lens flare. He's been scrutinized over it a lot.
It's like one of those things you make fun of him for if you really know his style.
But you still love his movies.
It's cool.
Well, he came out and he apologized for it. He was like, hey, I understand that my dog is in the shot because he's a pain in the ass. And he says he understands he uses a lot of lens flare.
Yep. As long as he can, admit his problem, I think it's the best thing. And that's even something he said. That as long as he can admit it, it's the first step to recovery. But, I mean, I don't think he should recover.
No,
I just don't think he should go overboard.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I get it. I notice it, but I guess he showed his wife the early cut of Star Trek 2, and she was like,
"Cut it out, cut it out,
chill."
Yeah,
because that's a lot. But I think it's cool he acknowledged it. I mean, you might see. I'm afraid what if the next movie it's noticeably less lens flare.
I don't think it would be. I think people would just be like, let's take some out, but we'll leave enough in. So.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's cool. I like when directors can do that. You know, they're not bigger than their.
Yeah. No, it's my art.
He's like, my bad, guys. I didn't mean to.
I don't even think it's his bad. It's just.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, yeah. I thought it was interesting news. Let us know what you guys think about it. But we're going to throw it over to Jimmy and Jasper for some Sherlock news.
Hey there, nerds. We here at Nerdlocker are big fans of Sherlock Holmes. And luckily, we have an update from Jude Law, Dr. Watson himself.
So just recently, Jude Law pretty much explained that the whole cast would love to do a part 3, but due to schedules and other obligations, they're having a hard time trying to figure out when is a feasible time for them to do so.
Not surprisingly. I mean, we've got Jude Law, who weirdly is probably the least busy of the three, and he's busy. We have Robert Downey Jr., who obviously has other duties of Iron Man. We get it. And Guy Ritchie, who is one of my favorite directors. I think he's phenomenal, but dude's busy. We get it. They obviously have a successful franchise on their hands, and they want to, expand on it. But it's one of those franchises where they're not just making money. It's actually a good franchise.
Yeah.
So I hope they do.
Yeah, the franchise itself, both films, has grossed over $500 million. So it's pretty bankable. It's just, scheduling issues, and obviously with Robert Downey Jr. Never seeing the light of day with all the Marvel films, I can understand why they're having such a hard time.
So hopefully we'll see it. What do you guys think? Do you want to see another Sherlock Holmes? Let us know in the comments below.
All right, guys. So we talked, I think about a week or 2 weeks ago, about Harry Potter, the film franchise, kind of expanding and maybe including a movie based off the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Yes. Well, we're also getting a little bit of news that they might be doing a little more. Warner Brothers has been grabbing up the rights or whatever websites,
titles,
all that stuff, the titles to The Tales of Beedle the Bard, which is the craziest book in the whole thing.
Yeah.
The craziest piece of backstory.
The children's book that plays the most important part ever. In
everything. And
Quidditch Through the Ages.
I had to clear my throat, but yes, Quidditch Through the Ages.
Thought you were coming back.
No.
My bad. Just covering.
It's cool.
Yeah, those were actually printed for us to buy.
Yeah, which
was awesome. But I like that Warner Brothers has taken a step to this, and they also addressed that it's not just for the big screen. There's possibility that we might see some Harry Potter roll into the small screen.
See, I would think the Tales of Beedle the Bard would probably be good for a movie.
Yeah.
A weird anthology, kind of like Princess Bride, but set in
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, it's Harry telling the story or whatever.
Yeah.
But the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, that's a TV show written all over it.
See, I know they're doing that with a movie, but I'm right there with you. I think that would have been a lot better.
That'd probably be a cool animated show too. So you never know.
They went and got the rights for a bunch of different Quidditch team names, and a bunch of the authors that wrote the book.
I like whatever
the
team
books.
Ron liked. I forgot what they were.
But
they were
liked
weird
them.
colors, but he liked them. That's what I liked.
Whatever.
I don't care.
I love this. I just want to see more expanded Harry Potter universe because I love those books, and
Yep.
I do. I want to see more.
Always, forever.
That's what I'm stoked on, but it looks like Jimmy and Jasper are stoked on some expendable news they have.
Yeah.
Like expendable news.
Yeah.
But it's...
Yep.
Not
Yeah.
the
No, we get it. Stop.
Okay.
Shut up.
Hey, fellow nerds, Jasper and Jim here with some Expendable 3 news.
Now, a while back, Sylvester Stallone offered, I don't know if he personally offered, but offered Bruce Willis to come back for Expendables 3 and offered him $3 million for 4 days' work. Yeah. Bruce Willis came back and said, I want $4 million. Yeah. Okay, it's negotiations, whatever. Well, Sly immediately hit Twitter and called Bruce Willis lazy, and that's career failure and greedy, and it's like, I don't think so.
Yeah, and recently Sly spoke with Empire and pretty much said that he regrets tweeting that, which I find interesting that Sly is even tweeting. You'd think that he'd have like someone else do it, but it's apparently Sly tweeting this, and he put his foot in his mouth, and they're have been good friends for how many years with the whole Planet Hollywood.
They have both failed together.
Yes, which is even more just they've gone through so much together since like the 80s, 70s, and whatnot. And Sly admitted that he was wrong, and it was his bad.
I think it's funny that he says career failure, because of the 3 big action stars that came out of the 80s. It was Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sly Stallone. Clearly, Bruce Willis had the most successful career there. Yeah. So the fact that Sly Stallone, who really dropped off the planet until Expendables came back, I find that hilarious.
Yeah, so, we all make mistakes, and clearly Sly did as well. But, let us know what you think in the comments below.
Last bit of news we got for you today is on the Gumball Rally. For those of you that aren't familiar with the Gumball Rally.
It's like a race across country. I mean, they do it kind of like all over the world. Well, they do it in Europe. There's an American one. They do it everywhere. It's cool. It's like where rich people get their kicks and race their incredibly fast cars and make me jealous every day of my life.
Yeah. So, well, it looks like they're going to turn this into a movie, like an actual fictitious movie. They want to spin it with kind of a Ocean's 11 feel, like a heisty movie, which I think would be cool. Driving all the way across Europe, like
stealing stuff.
That
sounds like something I've already been doing, just around Europe instead of Los Santos. Whatever.
Oh.
Whatever.
Oh, there's a Grand Theft Auto reference. Yeah. Well,
anyways,
Europe's a little bit bigger than Los Santos.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I think that's a cool idea. I like that. It definitely would get me interested as opposed to just a racing movie. Yeah. Because I'm kind of burnt out on racing movies. I know
you don't even watch racing movies. You don't even say that because you don't even watch them.
I watched like a couple.
You don't even.
And I got burnt out, and now I just don't want to watch racing movies anymore.
Don't believe him because he literally only watches the scary movies all year. He says October's the only month for that, but he watches them all year. So don't even believe the hype.
Well, I like horror movies.
You don't even watch you don't watch racing movies. You don't like cars.
I'm not a car guy.
Yeah. You're not, so shut up and wear your beanie in the middle of summer.
It's not summer, it's October.
It's like 90 degrees out today.
No, it's not. It's like 60.
I was in my room sweating and he's wearing a beanie.
Because this guy sweats.
Because his room's no, I'm not even getting to it.
Okay.
No, I'm not even getting to it.
We don't share a room, for those of you that were wondering on YouTube, because I see those questions. Either way, that's all we have time for this week on Nerdlocker. Till next week, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and nerdlocker.com for all your nerdy news. I'm Brandon.
I'm Cubby.
And you guys have a nerdy week. Ooh, it's chilly. So cold in October. I'm glad I have my beanie on.
I'm gonna murder you.
It's freezing in here.
I'm sweating right now.